Are there any advanced ways to improve diaphragmatic breathing and increasing the muscular strength of the diaphragmatic muscle? This is a great question that came in from Nick, and he had sent me an email asking, should I buy one of these breathing apparatuses that are out on the market? And my answer is no. And here's why. In my opinion, you can literally, and you guys have probably seen the other video that I did, where I did an extensive video of teaching you how to breathe through your belly versus breathing through your chest. I want you to do it when you're laying down on the ground because your abdominals will be nice and relaxed and it'll allow your belly to distend the way it's supposed to. Diaphragmatic breathing is about learning to use the muscles underneath your rib cage to fill up and then let that rise up into your chest. Most of us, when we start to get nervous, we shallow breathe through the upper part of our chest, which ironically doesn't give us the maximum amount of oxygen that we can get into our lungs. Diaphragmatic breathing does. I'll put a link to that video at the end of this video, but for those of you that have watched that first video and are asking the same question that Nick was, how do I continue to improve? Just like your biceps or any other muscle, you want to continue to get stronger and stronger. This is a fantastic question, and I'm really happy that Nick picked up on it because he feels like he's got it under control where he can breathe through his belly in a race situation or in a testing situation or even in a personal stressful situation that may be personally stressful. But here's the thing, lay down and try not to breathe through your nose, but breathe through a straw. So if you've completed phase one and you've gone through that, you've already done the part where we start to engage, because it's a neuromuscular memory, just like writing your name. Learning to breathe through your belly is an acquired skill. You have to practice it. Once you're finding yourself breathing and distending through your belly, the next advanced drill would be laying down, start breathing through a straw. Now, if you find yourself still breathing through your nose, it might seem a little bit advanced maybe, or maybe a little harsh. Take and put a clothespin on your nose. And what that'll do is that'll force you to breathe through that straw. Now, obviously you've got a limited amount of space that you're breathing in and out, and you're definitely gonna feel that diaphragmatic muscle starting to engage. I cannot emphasize it enough. Please only practice this diaphragmatic breathing when you are laying down. I have had people that have heard me talk about this and actually hyperventilated. Well, obviously I don't want you driving in a vehicle or sitting at your office and hyperventilating. It's a very, very dangerous thing to do. That's why I want you to do it when you're relaxed. You're laying horizontal. Hopefully you don't have a lot of distractions. You get the most out of the effort you're putting in. Just a little side note in relation to what Nick asked. While you're watching this video, simply breathe through your nose. That, in my opinion, ends up becoming stage 3 and beyond. And if you want to get into breathing, there's a tremendous amount of assets that are out there on the internet nowadays about the power of breathing through your nose. And all of it has credibility, 100%. But for the sake of the question that came in from from Nick about how to increase the muscular strength of the diaphragm, start by breathing. When you lay down at night, breathe through your belly and then let it fill up your lungs. Move to a straw. If you have to put a clothespin on your nose, maybe go to 2 straws. And then, even as we're talking right now, focus on breathing through your nose. And every time you breathe through your nose, you're going to feel that diaphragm. But I find that if you don't have the muscle memory, steps 1 and 2, jumping right into breathing through your nose it's been just my experience that it hasn't been as effective. It's been much more effective when somebody understands it, builds the muscle memory, and then goes into breathing through their nose. Like I said, tremendous amount of benefits on being a nose breather, but let's make sure that you can walk before you run. So Nick, great question. I don't think you need to go invest in a bunch of expensive breathing apparatuses. I hope that for the conversation that you and I had, and now here with all of our followers, everybody sees that there's a tremendous benefit of engaging that diaphragmatic muscle, and this is a way that you can increase its power and strength, which is going to increase the amount of oxygen that you can uptake in a stressful situation, a highly competitive situation, racing. Like I said, we want to make sure that you're maximizing the oxygen intake, and you're doing it in a very systematic way. So Nick, thank you for the questions. If you happen to have a question, please reach out to me and my team, contact@coachrob.com. And as always, thank you so much for watching these videos.